Welcome back to another video, gang. Prime, like, period. You know how we do it. Hey, Rato. Yo, but tomorrow, guys. Fulele, Bugani, Buga. Wait again. Little colony picky the ballet. Hi, Bo. This is us entering the border gate. Welcome to Lesotho. Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, the mom's hey, my charello. Hi, passport gang. We might leave anytime. This is us leaving the border. Actually entering Lesotho. This is us on the road. We are in Lesotho aboard now. Lesotho di tabe. Ibo. Okay, girl. Hey, like we knew we were gonna be on the road for a while. That is ice, guys. Yo. But we didn't expect to be in the road that long. And the road, my dear, I Pako deserve certificate is advanced driving, because what the hell? Hey, bo, this is us entering after 2 hours. Yo, this is Afro Ski. Okay, girl. Yeah, we turned here and we were at the reception, and you still need to drive. Yo, today because apparently we are late. Now it's supposed to be 10. We were supposed to be an hour earlier, even if we started at 9 a.m. Yeah, and it's gonna take long for you to even get here. It's not a nice road, but anyways, let us go boarding, I guess. Maybe come the cultural village. Where is it? Maybe we can even try that. No, but I'm sure you know. Hey, we are supposed to be there learning skiing, but we are here, Sana. Hey, yeah. Hi, good. No idea. You ready, I guess? Hurry. Boarding is tiring, so we had to go and eat, get something to eat. And then we started at this restaurant, but we saw that they didn't have variety of food, so we asked for another restaurant, and then there was another restaurant, which is the one that we're going to now. We're going to the highest restaurant. What? Let's go and have some quick snack at the highest restaurant in Africa, I think. That's what they wrote there. So this is the restaurant.
No, man, you I was thinking to ask the waiter about that wine. We can get a specific wine that says Lesotho. A wine you cannot actually get in South Africa. A wine that I can say you can only get at Lesotho. Create a collection. You know, those people who collect stuff everywhere they visit. Like, I'm collecting wines. Every location. Let's start now.
Thank you. Trim on our TikTok. Do you have TikTok? Yeah. So this is us leaving. So we're done eating. Yes, we're trying to look for another activity to do here in Lesotho, but everything was so far. Like the places they were recommending, it was far. So we just decided to leave. But on our way home, you'll see we went to some cave and we learned a little bit about croissants, and they will be explaining about it because there was actually nothing to do here. Like everything was just far apart. So I think that you can do, I don't think Lesotho doing it one day it's practical. Maybe going there and then sleeping there, for sleep at Afro Ski, and then you can do something. Here we're going for the cave and then go and learn some stuff because this is the only place that we could find, and we're like, since we are in Lesotho, let's do something, let's learn something, because every recommended place was far. So this one was on our way home. We just saw it and we're like, let's go.
The Basotho nation was formed here in Botabute. When you are in your border town, if you came through Caledon Spot, there's a town next there. That is where the Basotho nation was formed. And in 1824, the king of Lesotho moved with his people from Botabute to the present-day Maseru, Tabaguseu. It was during the years of troubles of the tribal attacks. The Zulus, the Ndebeles, and all those, and so on and so forth. So in the late 18, I'll remember which year, the king of Lesotho requested the British to protect us. You probably all, as you come from South Africa, you probably all wonder, what is this country doing inside another country? Can't we just make it South Africa? So basically how South Africa was formed, the name South Africa is not a country, it's a geographical position. It's on the southern part of Africa. So when the Dutch arrived in the Cape of Good Hope, remember that was the trading route between, I think, Europe and India, when the Vasco da Gama and them were going for spice and all the trade, and they were trading with India and others. So when they started coming inland, they started taking land from the Xhosa people. That's what we now know as Eastern Cape. And then they took the land from the Tswana people. That's what we know as Northwest. And they took land from the Zulu people, which is now KwaZulu-Natal. So all those provinces were countries. So they wanted to take this as well and make it another province. So the master plan was to have 10 provinces and make one big country. But my people being stubborn, they fought tooth and nail for their independence. This is why you stamp the passport when you come in here. Otherwise, we would have just become. In 1880 to 1881, there was a gun war between the Lesotho people and the British people because we were under British colony. So Lesotho was never invaded. There was never apartheid here. This is why our system is different. You realize when you cross the border into Lesotho, you feel like you're moving 100 years back in time, you know, because the infrastructure set up that side is completely different from, we were never under oppression. That's why there's no townships and suburbs. If you have money, build yourself a triple-story mansion in the village. If you don't have money, stay in your little shack. The kids can play together. It's not about your address. But in South Africa, when you say, where do you stay? I stay in St.
Shade.
I was just holding it until he comes. So I'm just giving you the brief background. Okay. So this year, we celebrate 200 years since King Mushweshwe moved with his people to Tabaguseu. And Tabaguseu is the fort that defended. Mushweshwe says that mountain is his mother because until today we're still independent. So the Indian people arrived in Lesotho in the late 1800s, and in Botabute district, that's where they first arrived. They were very good in trading, and they threatened the British Remember how the Indians came here? Is the Zulus were very stubborn. They didn't want to work in the sugarcane fields. So the British were already powerful in India. So they brought people from India to come work in the sugarcane farms. This is why we have so many Indian people in KwaZulu-Natal. So in the later years, when the Indians started coming and trading, they've always been good in trading. The British were threatened. And then the Indian people were not allowed to leave Butabute district until 1966 when we gained independence. Because the British were saying, we don't want the Basotho realizing that the Indians are powerful because we will lose our power. But after independence, when the British left and we started flying our flag, then the Indians were free to go anywhere they want in Lesotho. Over to you, sir. I was just telling some few lies before you arrived.
So whenever they're doing or making sacrifices, they use an earring. So they were here between 3.5 and 5,000 years ago. They're hailing the tens of Lesotho. So they use this part of the cave because it has an echo. They believe every cave with an echo, let's go inside it. While King Shoshu the founder of Lesotho, used the other part of the cave, Pako. So he used the cave as his fortress and as his hospital. Why? Because there's only one way to the cave. So this means enemies will have to use the same method used in the regular and the defensive line. The other thing is when you're on top, you can only see this part of the cave, not that one. So this means that was a good hiding place. The other thing is the cave camouflages which were mostly used in their tents. So this means it wasn't easy for enemies to see how many warriors he fought several wars. That was between Basotho, Ndebele, Pako, and Bangla. And then he said, use the cave as his hospital. Because of that spring over there, the water there needs temperature throughout the year. The temperature is also constant throughout the year. So the only thing that we remember here is the roof because the cave was not well conserved from 1804. So animals from the villages used to come down to lick salt. The white part of the rock is salt, calcite. Okay.
It's salt.
Any questions about that part of the cave? That's right. And white, it's meters, best talking, so the stage transfer. So we know that some people are very short, but in their visions, they see themselves very tall. And then their physical appearance, it's now different. You can see hoofs, not normal legs. This is when they are in spirit world. And then above them, we see a bed that is spraying water. So some people learn by hand making. If they see this kind of vision, this one and this one, they know, oh, we're going to have rain, either being the male rain or the female rain. So what's the difference? If they see this kind of vision here, we see the rain, but the shaman is inside the rain. So this means it's the male rain. According to some people, the male rain is the rain of thunderstorms. And then the soft one will be the female rain. And then here we see the shaman and then an eland. Like I said, they use an eland to connect with their god, named Pako, C-A-Q-N. That's the name of their god.
Pronounce what?
C-A-Q-N. Pako.
C-A-Q-A.
I asked one question, and then they didn't answer.
What was the question?
About the protein. Other than the national flower and not the national cricket team.
What about?
Yes, what do you know? What do you know? Other than being national team and being national flower.
It's indigenous.
Obviously, to be national flower.
But we have it here also.
Yes, we have it. Talk about it. So for some people are like, right? Kind of vision, they know this. We're going to have a lot of cold, like snow, for example. So they'll have to go out and a lot fetch firewood so that if it's snow, you'll find them in the cave for food and everything. In Sesotho, we say, it's it comes from this. It's going to be very, very cold, or it's cold. Okay. And then here, we see something that looks like a cat. But according to some people, this was the strange figure, animal figure that was never seen in the whole world. And then it was against, I believe, evolution. That's why it has so many lines. These lines here, they are arrows. It means they are fighting against this strange animal figure. And then here we see an eland with so many legs, the shaman in front. So this one means well-being and doing. If they see this kind of vision, they know, oh, this year we're going to have a lot of rain, a lot of food, a lot of food. And then here, we'll see beheaded animal figures. female legs, leather bags, and so on. These are important tools of San people when they're making traditional rituals, medicines, weapons, even clothes. So we said San people use this part of the cave because it has an echo. That's why on the next spot we see the hippo. The way it's drawn, you can only see its back. This means it goes into the wall. In short, it takes.
After this clip, my phone went off, so we've come to the end of the vlog. I hope you enjoyed this vlog and it has inspired you to want to go to Lesotho. But just beware of the road and just be prepared, okay? But we had so much fun, and if we could do it again, we would do it again. And if you're planning to go to Afro Ski, I would suggest that you sleep there so that you wake up there and then you know what time they start, because they just changed the time when we got there. So bye.